Welcome back. Junior Rotax is up next, and I'm joined by Tom Harvey alongside. Now, the last time out, we were at Glannygorse Park, and Tom, you made what we've described, Jake and I, as probably the best overtaking move, the most outrageous overtaking move. We're showing it again now that we've seen probably in the last 4 or 5 years in kart. It was an absolute banzai move up in the spoon. Just talk us through that again.
I just went into the last lap, and to be honest, I'm thinking about winning now because I was that far behind then in the championship that there was no point of actually thinking of points. I went past Ben Hingley, my power picked up, went up the inside of him, and it paid off, and I'm just gobsmacked that it paid off.
And of course, since then, last time out, we didn't televise the last round, but you won both finals there. Now that's put you back into contention in the championship, hasn't it?
Yeah, near perfect round. I was one score off perfect, so that's just fantastic. Putting back into contention, I think we've dropped probably about 8 points off the lead. There's 4 of us, Price, Joe and Hindley, so we're all very close. Hindley had a good day yesterday, Price had a good day, Joe had an alright day and I had an alright day, so it's just all playful. And
today, conditions at the moment very wet. By the time of the televised final, the forecast is that it may be drying out by then. What would you prefer, wet or dry?
To be honest, I don't mind, because I came here last year, I nearly put on pole in the wet. I just crashed into the back of Ollie Myers on my quickest lap. But dry and quick as well, and in between I enjoy the in-between conditions because it's just a bit of fun out there, so I'm happy with all conditions. It doesn't bother me with the rain, dry, wet, anything.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Thank you very much.
So all eyes will be on Tom Harvey after that magnificent move at Glannygorse Park. He starts 4th on the grid alongside his championship rival Josh Price. They're both in behind Lando Norris and Nathan Aston on row 1. But his main rival for the championship, Guan Yu Zhou, is there in 8th place, and the O-Plate Ben Hingley down in 13th. That could be interesting to see what kind of impact he can make in the early part of this race. Away we go. And a very strong start from Norris at the front of the field. We're on board with Guan Yu Zhou. He's our cameraman for this particular onboard. Norris at the front. Second is the 24 of Josh Price as they filter through. Oh no, that's Harvey going off. Harvey goes off there, and so too is Ben Hingley in the O-Plate. The 81 has gone as well. That's Jack McCarthy. But Harvey and Hingley down at the back already. First corner, basically, of the race, and they've already gone off. That was a very nasty moment for both of them.
Both of the championship contenders. Ben Hingley's the championship leader coming into this round, but Harvey put himself right back into contention for the championship with his 2 wins last time out and his win at Glannygorse Park. Here's a replay. Now we're going to see a classic example here of what we call loading. Carts running into the back of other carts. You can see it was Hingley at the front of this group. He's just shoved into the kitty litter. There's Ben Hingley, championship leader. Harvey right up there in contention for the championship, and that's given Josh Price and Guan Yu Zhou a real advantage going into the next round. Here's the classic example of that incident. You can see carts running into the back of the other carts in front, and the cart at the front of this group, the C-Plate, the Welsh champion, Tom Harvey, just gets shoved into the kitty litter. That is a classic example of loading as we see Josh Price up the inside of Norris for the lead, and Josh Price right in contention for the championship now, and Guan Yu Zhou I think is in 4th place as they go down to the final turn. Let's have a look. That's Price leading from Norris. There is Guan Yu Zhou, the 33 kart, the onboard cameraman. He's there in 4th place, but this has blown this championship wide open.
Well, it's been all about Hingley and Guan Yu Zhou all the way through this season, and now Josh Price really has got a second win and a second chance here. On board with Zhou in 33, behind the 46 of Brett Ward, battling it out with Lando Norris at the front of the field. This is a great 4-kart scrap, and it's about to become a 5-kart scrap, because on the back of them we have the 27 now, Dave Wooder, making his way through. So Guan Yu going to have a bit of a trouble with Dave Wooder. Perhaps he's going to want to try and get through up into 4th place, but no, Guan Yu makes the move first and up into 3rd position now, behind Norris in 2nd place, behind Josh Price the leader, and he needs to get into 1st position as quickly as he possibly can.
Guan Yu Zhou, the Chinese driver, he moved to Sheffield a few years ago to be close to Strawberry Racing so he could concentrate on his karting career here in the UK. I asked him several weeks ago why he chose the UK. He said, well, simple, it's the most difficult, best national karting championship to be in. He was moved here a couple of seasons ago to live in Sheffield. He's got a Chinese television crew come over from Beijing this weekend, literally just to film him, and the 81 kart is in the kitty litter again. We saw him off earlier on, that's Jack McCarthy, so Jack having a poor day We're on board here with Guan Yu Zhou. He's got the Chinese TV following him this weekend. Come all the way from China to interview him. He's going to be on the news. There's got another kart running wide as well. Can't quite make out who that was. We're back on board with Zhou, chasing Norris, but Josh Price with a comfortable lead.
And some brilliant wheel-to-wheel behind as well. They'd better watch their backs because Wooder is having a great scrap with Brett Ward. Up the inside goes Ward, pushes Wooder slightly wide as he goes through. Not intentional, of course, but two karts into one space. And Wooder just had to go a little bit wide there to avoid running right off the circuit. Jay Nidja in the 52 is now getting close to this battle as well. And this is a critical moment for both Josh Price and for Guan Yu Zhou, with Hingley and Harvey out of the equation. It's definitely game on as far as they are concerned. And Guan Yu Zhou wanting to make a move on Lando Norris, who is no slouch himself, the 30 car, trying to move his way into a better championship position with Price. Oh, Zhou trying to get the move on Norris, and Norris slammed the door firmly shut in his face, and Zhou very nearly went off onto the dirt on the outside. And this is the moment that Brett Ward was waiting for to get himself into a top 3 position here. This is great driving from Ward. He's having a great meeting, and this televised final, definitely the chance for him to get onto the podium, I think for the first time this year, and a great performance from him. He's beaten back Wooder, the 52 I think that is coming into play as well, Jay Nidja, and very much close quarters then for this final podium position, as Guan Yu Zhou made a very ambitious move to make his way past Norris, and it wasn't going to happen.
I did mention a few programmes ago, if you fancy a little gamble on a Chinese driver making Formula 1, you could do a lot worse than have a little dabble on the 33 kart driver there, Guan Yu Zhou. I'm told he has got a massive amount of support to get him all the way from karting to the top tier of motorsport into a Formula 1 seat. Guan Yu Zhou, get your money down now.
Certainly not a bad bet. People have made a pretty packet out of drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Paul di Resta reaching Formula 1 in the past, and they are the ones laughing now, and it wouldn't be surprising to see Guan Yu Zhou in a Formula 1 car in a good 5-10 years down the line. He's certainly got the ability and the pace to match it. You can usually tell at this stage who's got the ability to go all the way in terms of pure talent and raw speed, and the boys in this championship are definitely nailing their flag to the mast, as it were, to get themselves a top drive in the future. Norris there, battling back from Guan Yu Zhou, and look at the gap that Josh Price has pulled out. Here comes Zhou up the inside of Norris. Has he timed it right? Yes, he has. And Watt's gone through, Wooder's gone through, Nidja's gone through in the 52 as well. So that's what happens when you're in close quarters. You go from second to, I think that's 7th place now, because also through is the 19 of Morgan Rose. And up the inside now, Wooder's trying to make his move on Brett Ward. It's all kicking off now. It's that one move from Guan Yu Zhou that has changed the total dynamic of this race, and now the game is on. Everybody wants that final podium place, and they're all going for it. This is brilliant stuff. So there is the man now up to 2nd place, Guan Yu Zhou, the Chinaman, pushing hard to catch Josh Price. That's the gap between them. It's massive at the moment. Guan Yu Zhou, our cameraman for this race. Apologies for the quality of the picture from that camera. Condensation does affect the housing in the lens, unfortunately, at times, but it does give you a perfect indication as to just how quick these karts are. A little deeper into the race, and you can see that Josh Price is already lapping back markers. Guan Yu Zhou fending off Brett Ward in 3rd place. Wooder's there in 4th. And very close indeed, these 3 or 4 karts still battling on for the position. Guan Yu Zhou having made his way to 2nd place, now leading Ward, Wooder and Nidja. They've all making a break. Another black and white flag coming out. It's that point in the season when drivers are starting to make some very ambitious moves. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's a perfect move for Ward, and Guan Yu Zhou's dropped back to the 5th position then. Right behind all 3 of them. Ward is 2nd, Wooder is 3rd, and Nidja is 4th. All it took was a perfect window of opportunity for Brett Ward in the 46. He's up to 2nd, and Guan Yu Zhou looks like he's just dropped a fiver and picked up 20p. He's done it again. A little bit of a mistake there from Guan Yu, and it's dropped him all that way back. Textbook overtaking from Brett Ward, though. Put him into 2nd place at the perfect moment. No contact between them in that manoeuvre either. Beautifully done on the last lap then. And pushing forward, the 24 of Josh Price is on course to take a dominant victory here at Larkhall. Through the left, through the right, and he's got all the time in the world to make this race his own. through the final couple of corners and into the final turn. We've christened it De Resta. Hopefully Summer Lee will do the same one day. Checkered flag, and that's the win. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Brett Ward in second place and Guan Yu Zhu just grabbing third on the line.
Joe, third place today. That was quite a battle for you.
Yeah, it was a hard race. I started ninth and get through to third, start making mistakes, and they did me back. And I found a way past my teammate in last lap, and it was really a hard race for me. This year, the hardest one.
Brett, second place. No catching the leader, I guess, but second place, happy overall?
Yeah, I'm happy with second place. Josh got a big gap. I couldn't get it back. He was really quick towards the end of the race and well throughout. He was
Anybody you want to thank in particular?
AIM Motorsport for a great weekend. My dad, Carbon, and my mechanic Jay. It was a really good weekend. I'm really happy.
Josh, terrific weekend for you. Put yourself right in championship contention. I think you've got the championship lead now. You must be happy with that going into the last round.
Yeah, we came here unexpected what we was going to do. We obviously moved teams since the last round, and we didn't really know what was going to happen. But we've had the pace all weekend. But I'd like to thank Super Team Racing Engines, BRK, Pierce Sexton, and my mum and dad.
What was the reason for your change of team? Anything?
We thought that we was taking it a bit too seriously, so we thought we'd take it more as a dad and dad thing, but run out of an awning, so it's more chilled atmosphere.
Well, you may have spotted in that graphic both Jay Nidger and Nathan Aston excluded. Lando Norris given a 5-place penalty, but that win from Josh Price puts him right in the frame for a championship fight with Ben Hingley and Guan Yu Zhou. It's those three that will compete for the title at Shennington in 9 weeks' time. That's going to be epic. The last race of the day is after the break.